Something's coming, can't say when. Belt tied around me, heart within. Doors might open any moment now. Gotta be prepared somehow. I'm ready and waiting, fire burning bright. I'm ready and waiting through longest night. Won't let it die out, won't fade away. Ready and waiting for that day. Burning, burning, never gonna stop. Burning, burning, till the moment comes.
Yo, good to see everybody. Glad you could make it. Thank you for coming. It's good to be here. Please do me a favor and hit the likes and share the show, as it really helps the show to grow and get the content for you guys to be available. Anyway, it's good to see you all. Thank you guys for coming tonight. It is a Q&A night. So if you have any questions for myself or the panel, you can either come in and ask it to us face to face, which will be for free, or you can send a super chat and then we will do our best to try answer your question. Note that if you are just going to type normal chats in the chat, you will not get an answer. So if you want a chat and you are too cowardly to come in, a super chat it will have to be. So yes, you have a free option.
You might get a
So you have-
reaction, but not an answer.
Exactly. So you have a free option to come in and talk to us, or you can send a super chat. Take the coward's way out, send super chat, or be a man and face us face to face. Up to you. But yes, you guys are more than welcome to give us a Q so we can give you an A. Anyway, how's it going, guys?
Oh, groovy, sir. I've just not long finished streaming myself. I was not doing it. I went to a supermarket this afternoon, sat down, just watched some stuff on YouTube, and thought, sack it. I know I'm on tonight, and then I'll be on Flatzoid, but I'll do a little stream. So I did a little watch party, but it still ended up being a little bit of a review. So yeah, it's all good. Fantastic. You?
So yeah, I've been hearing a lot here. They're saying
Oh yeah, Vlad.
that the hacking, that Drunk Debunk Show Mike had hacked Vlad and everything, and he showed live how he did it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't watched anything, but I've just opened his stream now, so we can watch some of it and maybe go through to see exactly what went on.
Yeah. I made a video about it, 7-minute video, and I think Vlad's going to use it on his stream tonight.
Okay, so yeah, I think let's go through some of that while we wait for the questions to come in, because this should be interesting.
And Drunk Debunk is in the comments in my video. No doubt. I don't know how you got to know about it.
So yeah, let's see.
I don't like the title of this stream. Thursday Assist. What do you bring to the table? No. That's not honest enough. What we need to do is hack this shit. We need to hack it. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over right. Let's see.
What? You just say hack.
Yeah, you did say it.
Yeah. You're just going to hack this shit.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. So there's something to this.
Of course there is.
We're going into the we're hacking into the YouTubes. Okay, we're logged into Ironworks account through the back end, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're just going to change his.
Love the back end.
Mm-hmm. I just want to point out that's not in the back end there, Mike. He's just literally taking the URL data and just not really hacking, but yeah, you want to claim it's hacking? Good for him. This is exactly what I was pointing out. McToon did with my email. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. You can locally change it. The thing is, if he was really hacking it as a hacker, we would actually have to go and log into YouTube server and change it there.
Of course. He's in my comments saying like he is saying it's not hacking, it's kind of joking, being a joke and all that. Because you can get rid of it. But the thing is, it is not hacking. But the reason I said it was hacking in my video was being very sarcastic, and they don't even get that. Being sarcastic because he said it's hacking. But at the end of the day, it's still not bloody ethical, whether it affects your channel or not. Because when they change that, they could do a video on it while it's changed and put certain things in it that you don't want that and say this is you.
Exactly. Yeah, there's morals to this.
Of course.
And you see, this is exactly why I brought up that video the other day with McToon, where he was proud to be deceptive and make that FBI or CIA document and all that.
Yeah.
It's exactly this. They deceive and they're proud to deceive.
Yep.
Now, Mike is different from McToon because McToon claims to be a Christian. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, the standards for McToon is much higher than Mike. But I think Mike also claims to be a Christian, correct? I'm not really sure.
I mean,
he doesn't really know anything about the Bible, so.
I mean, apparently you get atheist Christians nowadays, you know.
But yeah, the point that I'm making here is, why do the people go and do deception like this and think it's a joke? It's proud to be deceiving. You know what I mean?
Live on YouTube. YouTube should
Yeah.
be rid of them.
But yes, I'd actually have to point it out. Mike is not smart enough to do actual hacking. So as much as he is trying to say this is a joke and everything, he's made my point, validated that what I was showing with McToon and them changing my email address live, and why all of a sudden it was changed back when they refreshed the page.
Strange. Why would you go that far? That's my question.
To deceive. That's all these guys do. They
That's
love
it.
to deceive.
I mean,
And like I said, all he's doing here is, yes, he's maybe making this as a joke, but this joke can be used for more sinister actions. Like you said, you can change it offline or just before you refresh the page to do whatever you really want to.
that's right.
And then say, but look what this guy's done.
Yep.
In the meantime, he hasn't done anything.
Hey, Jeff Conkel's in the audience. I haven't seen him in a while.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you, man.
Good to not see you because I haven't got a chat.
Yeah. So again, guys, if you guys have any questions, you have two ways to do this. We have 37 votes and 35% of people say yes, they do have questions for the panel. So there are people that say they do have questions. So again, you have two ways you can ask us a question. You can either send a super chat. That's the coward's way out. Or you can face us live and come in and ask us a question. We'll try our best to answer you. But for now, we're just watching this hacking.
His title of his stream. We're gonna, here we go. That's not what I want. Jeez, man, he really hit it, guys. He really hit it. He doesn't want us to see it. Let's
Really
see.
trying his hardest to open anything. Why don't you just open the main? Open the main URL data. You don't have to go through all the tabs to get it. So you go through the main URL data and you just scroll down to where the needed title is, and you can change it there. This guy's really going through the back door, as he claims. It's more like showing.
That's a metaphor.
Yeah.
That's an idiot.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, he's so like, I mean, he's not stupid, but he's inane.
One second.
And,
1 second.
He's so inane that he has to do this to make drama to get bloody views.
Whoa. Is that my face?
Yeah,
I'm getting closer.
that's what. It's the
Incoming max rate. Yo,
Have you started new meds today? Jerp overload.
Thank you for the $2. Yeah, it's derp load overload. I'm trying to. Okay, so these are all the thumbnails for the other videos. What I'm trying to do.
That was my face.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. What's my face doing on there, man? Come on. Give me 2 seconds. I just gotta quickly quiet my
Obsession,
children.
obsession, bro. Obsession, belligerent, and toxic. I was certainly annoyed with it. Of course, I know it's not proper blooming hacking. It's being sarcastic in the video, obviously. I know it's like a bloody surface thing that can just be taken away just like that. But by changing it before you take it away, before you F5 it or whatever, I said that in the video that you could do that. So obviously I knew it's not bloody hacking. And he's in my comment section going, "Do you really think I'm hacking?" Doesn't matter what you're doing. It's unethical. Why would
Yes,
you
it
do
is.
it? You
I
could
agree.
you could say anything. You could put anything in there, video it, snapshot it, then tell lies about it. Oh, look what he's got in his shit.
I think originally that was the point why they were messing with Flatz's email to make him look like at the time it's right after TFE. Remember? And he was
Yeah.
trying to hand out the golden whatever it is or
Oh.
his ticket to go to Antarctica. Yeah.
Aye. Do you know what I'm pissed off about is the wiki fluff because they said I drink urine, but they never specified what type, what brand, whether it's animals, humans, you know. So you know,
It's bull urine, man. Why you got a lot of testosterone coming through, man? Come on.
Well, that's kind of slander, wouldn't you call it,
Well-
PJ?
yeah, of course.
Oh man.
Believe what you want, you know.
It's one thing I've never tasted.
Yeah.
Well, the fact
I-
is,
I need to
the fact is, this might just be a joke, but it's still a conniving, deceptive joke. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. It just shows that
Hack
they can
his
do it
actual
and what
channel.
they do, you know.
And the fact he's actually, how can I say, he's actually outed himself, as Vlad can use this footage
Of course.
in a court case if he wants, because he was saying he's claiming he's hacking him, even though this isn't really hacking.
That's
The
right.
fact that he's claiming he's hacking him and going through the back door can be used against him.
Sounds like a sodomite.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sad, man.
Very.
And yes, your data is just session data. So in other words, if you open a page, it's got session. It's refreshing data. That's all. So that's why when you set it up and you refresh it again, what you just placed in doesn't stick. It goes back to what it was. That's why you need to physically hack into the server if you want to change it, or you need to physically hack into someone's account and manually change it through their account.
Right.
Like what they did to when they hacked into my account. They changed all my passwords. They changed my recoveries. Luckily, I had a way to get it back.
Well, who was responsible for that? Last they find out.
No, we couldn't find out. At the end of the day, no one knew.
Imagine that.
All of them. All of them.
Yeah.
You fly with the crows, you get shot with them.
But yeah,
Kind of
it's,
telling, isn't it? Yeah.
Right?
Aye, exactly. It's good to see everybody in the chat. I see no questions yet. That's odd. It is a Q&A evening. We do have people saying yes, they have questions for us. Where are these questions?
Well, I went over the Drunk Debunks channel that night, and that one guy in the chat said that water towers proves convexity of water for some reason.
Water towers. Ow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's what I was trying to figure out. What would cause a water tower to show convexity of water?
The circumference of it is a curve. It's the only curve you're getting there, but that's because it's adhering to the shape of the container.
Yeah, it's got a little meniscus to it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
it'll bless up at the set. Bless up. Rise up at the set. Why did I say bless up? Rise up.
Yeah, and Drunk Debunk had a picture of a lake, and he was claiming the same thing that Jesse Path of Light used to claim. One side of the lake is lower than the other side.
Like that.
Yeah.
30-degree angle.
Oh man.
Well, what
Jesse
a flip.
regretted that he brought that on my channel, and he did a whole little demonstration of how it is and what he used and all this shit. Yeah.
Aye.
Did it in the rain too. He did it in the sunlight. He did it in both two different times, I think. Yeah.
I need to set up Rumble side for tonight. I'm set up YouTube. I haven't set up Rumble. I want to take a sip.
So yeah, guys, remember on the 16th, I do have that debate set up with Cuppy Cake.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to be exciting because I've been waiting a long time for this debate with Cuppy Cake.
Is her husband going to be there?
She's probably going to have a husband with her, you know, because she needs the husband to hold her hand.
I
Because
dare
they're
say it'll be you against them too.
probably all three of them. Mike will probably
three.
hop in and help them
Ah, of course.
because it is on his channel.
Aye,
But yes, I will be streaming it here for you guys.
nice.
So yes, it's going to be exciting. But yes, no questions.
Nothing.
Good.
Crickets,
It's
man.
gonna be, it's
Crickets.
gonna be an easy stream, guys. We're just gonna
Chill.
look at them stuff and laugh, I guess.
I do like the thumbnail though.
Do you like the thumbnail?
Q&A.
Yeah, I mean, I just like. I thought because you do have a few Q&A evenings, I might as well
Yeah.
create a character for it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I like it. Well, you
Yeah,
got you need to make
I'm
a
trying
name.
really hard these days to keep catchy thumbnails with my character and stuff. So
Call him Mr. Quizzical.
I got a question
Truth
for you, real
Defender.
quick.
That's what I called him. Truth Defender.
Truth Defender. It's good, actually.
World famous Buster. That's Bev, right?
Yeah, that's part of Bev's crew. Buster is
Buster
in
is,
Bev's
yeah.
crew. Yeah. The fact is, Alderbear and Bev are doing Corin the whole time. They keep crying, "Oh, getting banned on Discord for this logos thing," then going into my chat, then going to everybody else, and then coming in. Then I decided, you know what? If you want to troll with your Corin arguments, then just bye-bye. It's as simple as that. Now he's crying all over the internet everywhere. That's what's banning me. Then stop trolling.
That's right.
It's as simple as that, guys. Everybody that gets banned for trolling cries and goes Corin on me because they get banned for trolling when they know trolling gets you banned.
You think they learned when they were banned for like months and months before, and now they're allowed in? You think they'd bloody learn? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Remember, guys, any questions, send a super chat or come in and ask us directly. Otherwise, we will not be answering your questions. I see there's a few questions asked there, but they're just not understanding what's going on.
Simplicity of the
process.
English.
Yeah.
There's a
Like
process
come
to
in,
this.
super chat. That's two different things, man. That's real easy.
Yeah, the coward's way out is super chat, or if you just want to support the channel, or you can just come in if you want to do it the free way and actually talk to us. Not hard to understand. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Let's go. Oh, by the way, I was thinking we had Sam, the Jewish guy. He was on Big Slapper Oink's channel the other day.
Oh,
and they were having a discussion. It was actually quite a cordial discussion, at least.
really? Wow.
But I want to point out at 11 minutes specifically what Big Slapper Oink said. Let me see if I can quickly get it.
This is going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
I just want to find out. Yes, it's this one. I've only listened 32 minutes in of there, but I'm going to start at 10 minutes, I think, where he makes a very specific statement that I think we can address along while we wait for questions.
Cool.
I'm not going to say anything yet, and let's see if you guys pick up what he's saying.
Okay.
Well, as the kids say nowadays, are you picking up what I'm putting
I
down?
think, yeah, I don't mean this a bad way. I just don't like pray. I don't.
You got to hear it now.
That right there, Yahweh came before Jesus.
Yahweh, because what Jesus is literally Yahweh, by the way.
Yahweh came before Jesus. How?
Yahweh is Jesus. Hey, what's up, Brad? Good to see you guys. But just look at this. Listen to what he's going to say at 11 minutes. It's still like
Well, Genesis. I know the one they call God, Genesis. The one the Catholics created the Bible. They started what the narrative was when they created the Bible. Now,
Catholics didn't create the Bible.
I know.
Listen.
The one they call God. And the Lord God said, "Behold, man has come. The man is become as one of us to know good and evil." Well, they want to say the serpent beguiled Eve. But no, the one they call God confirms the serpent told the truth.
What? What? So he's worshiping Satan.
He's calling God the liar and deceiver.
Yeah.
He's literally calling God Satan. He's calling Satan God.
Yeah. He's done the 180 thing.
Wow. You know what that reminds me of? Kenneth Copeland, man.
Dude, exactly.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Seriously. I mean, that's literally what the Masons do when they get further up. That's what they agree with. That's what Luciferians agree with. That is Luciferianism. Sorry, that's what it stems from. That. Unbelievable, bro.
So it's quite insane. Yeah, but it just gets worse than that. It just goes on. He literally, for this the next, I think, 25 minutes, he fights that the God in the Old Testament is a destructive God.
Wow.
He just destroys. And he's saying that Jesus comes and he kind of opposes the Father. You can say how you can say it, because he's saying Jesus is, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to burn them up like Elijah brought down fire and burned up the 50 men. Where later on in where the disciples wanted the same, and then Jesus says, no, that's, we're supposed to save them. So he says, no, you see, Jesus is opposing the God of the Old Testament. So therefore, the old God of the Old Testament is not Jesus.
Wow.
The guy doesn't know how to read context
He's
at
got,
all.
This is all musings in his own head. This is all like bits and pieces that other from other religions. He's stuck it together with Bible scripture, and it's all musings in his head. He needs help. He really does.
Oh, he needs help. He really does. By the way, guys, we're still waiting for the questions to come in. Any questions? Yeah, you know what to do. While we wait for questions, we'll go on with this.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna yes. Oh wait, I heard something.
And you know what I find odd? He's a King James onlyist, this guy.
Oh,
But he claims that the New Testament is, corrupt. Paul's an antichrist and everything, and that the Catholics, blah blah blah, created Christianity kind of thing. But literally, King James he's reading is one of the main preponderances in Catholicism. Even though, yes, they use the Latin Vulgate still comes from the King James.
right.
They just changed
Didn't
it.
Rome persecute Christianity for centuries, and they were killing them
The
on
thing
a
is,
regular?
as time went on, the Romans became the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so they didn't disband; they just evolved, you could say, into the Roman Catholic. But that doesn't mean they started Christianity. The disciples weren't Catholics. The people who wrote this book, the Bible, weren't Catholics.
Nope.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Ah, hey, hold on. You don't. Howdy. I can't hear you.
Hey, how are you?
I
Can
want to
you hear
note.
me?
I just want to point out to you guys something. Okay, notice the difference in his whole demeanor, his whole attitude towards Sam. Sam, that is not a Christian,
Yeah.
compared to us that are Christians. You
Weird,
know,
huh?
in the Bible it says light and darkness cannot be together.
Please. Yeah. Come on.
Just think about that.
I was going to say that
darkness.
he thinks
I
Jesus
never
is a
said this,
rebel.
pirate man. I never said Latin Vulgate comes from the KJV.
Huh?
I said the Catholics use the Latin Vulgate, and the KJV is, well, translated with the Latin Vulgate. Shows you these guys literally only want to hear what they want to hear.
Wax.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
Okay. How are you? We made it, man.
Yes, sir. And thank the Lord, man. Thank the Lord.
Thanks for you. Thanks to you. I was like,
No, thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank you for coming up, sir.
You're welcome. Look, check it out. I just found your post and saying that Yod Kevavke, is Satan. So that's I'm willing to understand, to see what you
You
have
heard that?
to say.
You just called Yod Kevavke Satan.
Yeah.
This pig slapper is supposed to be a Christian, guys.
Yeah.
How? How?
Exactly. Jinx.
He's literally denying the God of the Bible, and he's claiming to be a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say something about if he thinks that Jesus went against the God of the Old Testament, it would make Jesus like the ultimate rebel,
Well,
right?
well,
So,
Wesley, if I did say it that way, then it was a mistake. Yes, then I concede. Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
Say what?
what'd you
No,
say?
what Pateron was saying apparently,
Oh, okay.
saying I said it came from the Latin Vulgate. The Latin Vulgate came from KJV. I didn't mean it that way. Sorry, guys.
Hey, babe.
So yes, I do get things wrong, guys. I do say things wrong
No,
sometimes.
you don't. Surely not.
Crazy, eh? I'm not. I'm human after all.
I would never come here if you got things wrong. Come on.
Well, at least you're smart enough to admit when you know you're wrong. You know, some
Well,
people aren't. They,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
did make
yeah.
mistakes.
No problem. I'm trying to
Yeah,
defend
and-
here as a lawyer of JKVK here.
Yeah, and I want to do it humbly and honestly. And I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to learn because I've started. I've been studying the Talmud, the Jewish, all the Jewish stuff. I'm reading.
Okay. First of all, I got to point out if he's been studying the Talmud and all the Jewish stuff, it means he hasn't studied anything because you would literally be able to name what you were studying. The Talmud's not the only Jewish source.
Yeah, the Talmud is basically a bunch of writings that the
It's
Pharisees and the
commentary based on
Sadducees-
it's rabbi commentaries.
rabbis. Yeah, that's all.
That's it.
It's-
That's all the Talmud is. It's rabbi commentaries.
So he's kissing up right away. That's what you're saying. Like, I've been studying all that Jewish stuff. Yeah.
So yeah. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
All the lost gospels, Judas, Thomas, Sirach. I read the Sirach. Sirach's real good. I like that. And I'm reading these books. There's many people in the Christian community, the Jesus Christ community. No, don't read them because they're going to lead you astray. No, they won't.
You're not supposed to read Kabbalic books. I would say if you're studying it specifically, yeah, go ahead. But make sure you're first well versed in the Bible, so you're able to withstand against the wiles of the devil. You're supposed to have wisdom through the Holy Spirit, and to have wisdom, you have to understand. If you don't even have structure in your own biblical canon, in God's word, how are you going to understand you're being deceived by deceptive books?
If they're lying in there, you need to reference the truth to begin with to figure out what's a lie and what's not, right?
Yeah, it's quite sad. You know what? I'm even getting attacked by people today. Like, you are so man. You're not really a Christian because you're dividing Christians from each other. Why are you attacking them? We're all supposed to... No, the Bible's very clear that we're supposed to call out
wheat and chaff.
heretical doctrine.
Wheat and chaff.
Yeah, the Bible's very clear. Even Jesus did that. Jesus himself went and called people out for the heretical doctrines.
Dominically yoked.
We're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stand around and let people send people astray because they want to deceive people with heretical doctrine, which is not godly.
Right.
You might be labeled as a Christian, but because you push something that is potentially, potentially able to cause people to stumble,
Well,
I'm going to
saying
stand
things
up
like-
against that.
Saying things like it's all right to not adhere to the ninth commandment, stuff like that. That would be something to point out about somebody.
So yeah, it's quite sad because this is the whole reason why the church is in the state it is today. It's because they've fallen for this all-inclusive nonsense.
Right. Coexist.
We don't want to offend people. So instead of you not wanting to offend people, you want to be all-inclusive. You throw away God. You throw away God's word.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Like I said, I'm not here to please people. I'm not here to pussyfoot around people and try and not offend. I'm here to do and send the truth. I'm doing what Jesus commanded me to do. I'm doing what Jesus did. Jesus was also hated by people because he spread the truth. It's as simple as that.
Part of the Great Commission.
Well, he did say that you would be hated by men, didn't he?
Absolutely. and for his namesake, always.
Yep, exactly. Good to see all the new people come in. Thank you for coming. Please hit the likes, share the show, guys. We are still waiting for questions. Oddly enough, I'm getting a lot of questions, but the questions are not on Super Chats or coming in to talk to us. I don't know. Must I say it in another language for them?
Go for it.
Maybe they don't understand English. Okay. Okay, julle. As julle wil 'n vraag vir ons vra, julle sal moet betaal in die chat of julle kan inkom en dit verniet doen en ons praat. It's up to you.
I didn't
Now,
understand a
are
word
you
you
able
said.
to do it in? Are you able to do it in Gaelic now, quickly for them?
I could do it in Latin. Te diri non kusum musa sapientum fix est in aure. That means
What
I
he
cannot
said.
hear you. I have a banana in my ear.
Do you?
Well, it actually means I've got a fruit in my ear, but banana's better. That's Latin.
Roger, you can say it in American.
American. All right. What's the difference? I'm trying to think now.
No, I don't talk Gaelic. I talk Doric.
I should practice another language to learn how to speak it. I can read some, but I can't really pronounce it words properly. That's about it. It's better to learn language like that, speak it like you do. You speak Afrikaans with your family all the time, don't you?
Ek wil net sê, Groovy sê my Afrikaans is so swak soos my Engels. Dis sleg. Dis eintlik sleg want die ding is ek is Afrikaans en my kinders is Afrikaans, my vrou is Afrikaans en ons praat Afrikaans elke dag van ons lewens. Hoe die hel is ek sleg met Afrikaans as ek lewe in Afrikaans?
Wow.
In other words, he's saying my English, my Afrikaans is as bad as my English.
Right.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with my English. Second of all, there's nothing wrong with my Afrikaans. I live in Afrikaans. I literally speak Afrikaans every day of my life.
I'm thinking.
I literally think in Afrikaans, yes.
Everybody's a critic, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's quite sad. Okay, let's carry on with this while we wait for questions.
No, they won't. And you can agree with that. I ain't gonna say we agree them quote Baptists. I'm using Baptist as the modern day American Christian. The Baptist will say, don't read them false books because they'll lead you astray. Do you agree with that?
They do lead you astray.
Especially if you read them in English.
Notice how Sam is actually agreeing with me and he's disagreeing with Oink.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says he agrees with the Baptists.
Some of them will lead you astray 100%.
And that's exactly the reason why I was saying, yes, the Bible tells you to have wisdom, okay? So yes, if you don't have wisdom and knowledge on the Bible and you go read heretical doctrines and heretical things, you can be led astray. Hence why we have so much fake Christians today.
Right.
Because they read nonsense and parrot nonsense because they don't actually have wisdom in this book.
Yeah, I mean, look, Brenda's an atheist Christian, so come on. You know, an atheist Christian that doesn't read the Bible, doesn't believe in God, and doesn't believe in Christ's divinity. That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, he's also a transgender male that knows. Never mind. I'm not going to convolute that any further.
Yeah. What's up, Luca?
Not much.
Have you got a question for us?
I wanted to come in with Avatar to be cool, you know.
Sorry?
Huh?
Avatar is Latin.
Yeah, I know. I got that. But I mean, so you came in to spit some Latin at us. So you got a question?
Latin. Right. Okay. Got it.
When you started speaking Latin, I'm like, ooh, what if I came in?
Oh, okay. Okay.
It said Avatar, and then Valio. When you asked me how I was.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Good.
That's quite a question he had, though.
The question. Okay. Well, what's the topic?
Yeah, anything.
Nothing.
Oh,
it's Q&A. So it's whatever you want to ask.
okay.
Okay, let me just hide the screen so long. I can do a bit better. There we go. Go ahead,
Okay.
Luca.
I would like to hear your explanation as to why the why you think um hmm.
Who's this presented to
It
though?
seems like you question yourself, not us.
Yeah. Who's this presented?
He's
Who's this
digging.
presented to though?
Oh right.
Who you
Let's go
asking?
with mm, mm, actually, who's this other guy in here?
Roger, PJ, and
Yeah.
myself.
Oh,
And you,
Roger,
Roger.
you have a different. Well, okay. Well, why does Roger have a different profile picture?
All right, it does that every day.
I
Oh
do,
man,
man.
what am I doing? I'm answering for Roger. Sorry, bro.
It's true. It's fine. Yeah, I do change it up at least once a week. I'll get another one. I got several I use. They
Oh,
make statements. This one's from a band called Sick of It All, and it's actually got Calvin and Hobbes knocking a globe out of the park.
oh,
Like a
oh.
baseball game. Yeah. You get it?
And the globe is out of there.
Yep.
I see
Each is
the
guys.
joke. It's pretty funny.
Oh, this is from back in this picture's from back in the 90s. So
Oh, interesting.
it's not a new topic, dude. It's not.
But did they know why the picture was like how that picture came to be in the first place?
Well, the guitar player for Sick of It All is a flat earther. So
Oh,
yeah, you're getting it now.
oh, I see.
Basically, he's
enough.
knocking a work of I'd call it fiction, but it's more like a religion kind of thing. It's heliocentrism. It's Catholicism in its own right. So that's
Well,
where
then,
the helio model came from,
then
and pagan mythology. Yeah.
then I'd like to hear your explanation as to why the globe is impossible.
Well, it's not that it's impossible. It's like it hasn't been proven to be a fact. It's been an assumption, you might say.
Okay, it's like well, yeah. Let's hear your explanation as to why you think that the Earth is flat.
Why? Because I observe it to be flat, sir. Everything I've seen points to it being, well, not necessarily just flat. It's just not a globe. Let's put it that way. It's an enclosed environment that we live in. With the features of it present itself as flat as far as we can tell. It does have mountains and all that. I'm not even going to get into that rabbit hole. But the point is, yeah, we navigate it, we build on it, we fly on it flat. Everything about it that we work with is flat. The aspect of it. There's no convexity. We don't go upside down around the ball with an imaginary force that nobody can prove. Still haven't proven it now to this day.
Nope.
Yeah, science.
That's why they call it theoretical physics. Like when it comes to astrophysicists and stuff.
It's called well, science doesn't really prove, so it hasn't been proven.
Science doesn't really prove. Okay, why do we have science to begin with? Why would we even bother with science? Yeah, if we don't prove things.
If there's no point, if it doesn't prove anything, then what?
Well, science always leaves room for another explanation, or a more deep understanding, because we still don't know how gravity works, thanks to the dark matter and stuff. Because our understanding,
Show me dark matter.
or we still don't know everything there is to know.
No,
That's why science doesn't prove. You know.
Okay.
See, if
How would
we
you attain anything about that topic with the scientific method to begin
dark matter.
with? Hmm.
Uh, well, I say using what they do, is using their current understanding of gravity. They'd see an object moving weirdly. Like, why did that object move like that when it shouldn't move like that? And so they do calculations, and using their understanding of gravity, they determine that, oh, in order for that to happen, something must be here. And then they look at that spot, and then they don't see anything. And
exactly.
they're like, oh, that's a bit, that's very weird.
Yeah, kind of like
Because,
that video I watched the other day, right? Like a
But
soccer
you
yeah,
ball.
say dark matter's
yeah,
doing it.
pretty
That's just
much.
a concept. You
Yeah.
can't just say it's doing it. You just can't say it's automatically there just because.
Yeah,
They're
that's why they could also be wrong. Like,
Very wrong.
about
Very wrong.
how gravity works.
Gravity?
It's
yeah.
possible that they are wrong.
Mavity. I know nothing about Mavity.
It's just that, there's, well, it, it's just that there's so much evidence for like Einsteinium things. So, well, they say that there's so much evidence for Einsteinian gravity that it's highly unlikely that they're wrong about
Highly likely they're wrong.
what they're
What
saying.
about what's his name? Michu Okakuku, whatever his name is. Remember the one?
Mitchell from
Kaku.
Australia.
Yes, him. He
Yeah.
says like the things that they've got right is like 1% out of whatever they say, and out of that 1% of like say millions, billions, whatever, they've probably got like 0.1% of that right, and the rest wrong. He says they actually know nothing really. I know. I mean, I don't really believe anything he says, but it's one of your own guys saying that.
Yeah.
They don't
I'm
actually
thinking
know
if
what
I was
to do.
going down that way, I would turn my direction and my thoughts to something completely different if I was that far off. To 120th power is a pretty wide ratio.
I'm just
You know.
Yeah. It's not about Einstein though. It's about dark matter. They're
Oh,
saying they
okay.
could be wrong about dark matter, not
All right.
gravity
So
itself.
did you actually read that Ask Ethan paper I put in the private chat the other day?
Oh, wait. The one that. Oh wait, no. I saved PJ's link where he spoke to the guy, interviewed the guy. I saved that
You
link.
mean a testimony? You mean Charles's testimony?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
saved
cool.
that link, not the other
Good,
one.
good, good.
Sorry.
Watch it though. It's a good testimony.
Well,
I'll
PJ
get it.
knows about that paper. That it's a big think paper. Ask Ethan. We all got it at the same time, and they're basically the mainstream folks are like going, relativity doesn't really work. We're trying to revert back to Newtonian mechanics, but they got a long way to go. But yeah, they're not really going. Relativity is it, man. Most of the physicists at the time actually thought Einstein was a nut. So his principles were way out there.
I don't think that's true.
No, it is.
But I
Go look it
looked.
up. There's like I think 108 different physicists at the time actually signed a petition, kind of renouncing Einstein's theories because they didn't want anything to
There
do
was
with it.
quite a few.
Yeah.
I think there was at least 20, or wasn't 20 to 100 scientists or something that
Yeah.
actually were against Einstein's theory.
Oh,
Let me see.
because they were on the quantum thing, right?
Well,
They
there's
that
no proof of gravity in the quantum realm, from what I can tell.
because
I bet you,
accepting Einstein's equation would mean that throwing out quantum thing, wasn't it?
It was
It's an
100. It was 100 scientists.
Yeah, I knew it was close.
because
They
the
rejected
scientists were
Einstein's work.
butthurt probably that they had to throw out
No, they rejected
quantum
it
mechanics.
as false. 100 scientists rejected Einstein's work as false.
Oh, well, that's that's a different from butthurt. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's not butthurt then.
So screaming relativity isn't doing you any good. So
Well, what about mass attracting mass?
what about it?
So using mass attracting mass and the equations for that, they could see that using what they know about gravity at the time, then they could see that whatever that thing was acting a bit odd. So they predicted. They did the calculations and said, "Oh, there might be a mass here." Then they looked there and saw nothing, and that contradicted everything they knew, or that they contradicted what gravity said should happen.
That ought to tell you something, right? That speaks volumes, doesn't it? Think about it.
Then they came up with a placeholder called dark matter.
Placeholder.
Okay.
It's not confirmed. They're not saying it is dark matter 100%. Then they're not saying that.
So you've got a placeholder for something that can't exist and a place that can't exist.
It's a
At the end of the day, like you
for-
said, it's just their best explanation. But this is what I was saying the other night. What is it? Maybe it shouldn't be let's try and make a God of the Gaps argument and try and fit it into the theory they have. Maybe it just shows the theory wrong and go back to the drawing board.
How using gravity, how would the theory be wrong though?
Dark matter literally debunks gravity.
It's just a placeholder.
No, it debunks it. It shows it false. Because the claim for gravity is mass attracts mass, correct?
Dark matter is just...
mass. You need a mass to warp the space.
Mm-hmm.
Time.
Yes.
And dark matter shows there's no mass doing exactly that. So therefore, it literally debunks the claim of the mass causing space-time to warp.
But what if there is a mass and we just can't see it?
Oh God.
There is no mass. They can't see anything. That's the whole point.
Dark matter is...
That's what dark matter is, to say they can't see anything.
They can't detect it. They can't, because it observes light.
They can't detect it. They can't see it.
So yes.
So in other words, they are able to show things warping, space-time warping, without mass present. So in other words, that means the theory is falsified.
But they could be mass there.
No. Instead of saying, okay, guys, let's go back to the drawing board, they keep building on to the falsified theory.
But they could be a mass there.
Where? You don't pick it up. What is all mass detectable?
According to dark matter, no.
Dark matter is not a mass.
It's all mass detectable. Well, according to the new explanation, or the according to wait, what is dark matter? Dark matter.
Yeah, we don't know, dude.
Nothing.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Luca.
It's just nothing. It's just a concept. Like you say, it placeholder.
Dark energy, dark matter, both
invisible mass, or quote unquote invisible mass, because
invisible mass.
Detect
do you see any mass in nature acting like that at all? Being invisible.
No.
Obviously, you wouldn't see something's invisible, but mass, do you see it in general?
But you see, that's the point you're making. You guys are claiming dark matter has to have mass You just can't observe it. You can't pick it up because you require mass to attract, to cause the observation. Now you see this observation happening without being able to observe what causes this observation. So you, instead of saying, "Hang on, this thing we can't see, we can't pick up, is causing this," maybe debunks what we've been saying all along. Instead, say, "No, it is mass. It's just invisible to us."
Yeah, it could
And then
debunk
I go
it.
to show me invisible mass.
It could debunk it. Yeah, you're right.
Can I ask you a question, Luca, right quick? What was the one big problem in Newtonian mechanics when it came to, let's say, observations in the sky or the planets or whatnot, what they call planets? What was the big issue that they had with the action of Newtonian gravity?
They didn't know why, I guess.
Well, it would. It's kind of. I think it had something to do with instant action at a distance, like
Yeah,
Like
one.
even
Yeah.
Newton said like he didn't know why mass attracting mass. That's why he didn't really wanted the gravity attributed to him because
Yeah.
he himself didn't like it because it didn't
I,
really
I,
explain
I think
why.
you're missing my question. Is like, let's say a planet's are passing each other in orbit.
Hmm.
There had to be a force acting on them to keep them in motion, right?
Hmm.
So each action would be instant from a distance. Like they would actually, one planet in another orbit would cross another one. It would have to push the other one with its gravitational pull or force at an instant. Like it had to react to it at a
Like
distance.
the three body
Hey,
problem,
Janusz.
or
Hey guys,
What's
hello
up,
everyone.
Janusz?
That's,
See you, bro,
that's
man.
kind of what I'm thinking of. But there's
Would-
no way for that to do it without a medium. They needed an ether or a medium of some sort, or a fluid motion between the two objects.
well,
Yeah.
why is that?
Why is that?
Why?
Why would they need a medium? Medium.
Well,
Everything's in
Medium. I don't think mediums exist in space.
what?
okay.
Basically,
So
Vlad, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you know the guy who sometimes you were posting his videos like in background? Rob Ross, the painter.
Oh,
You
yeah,
talking
Bob
about
Ross.
Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob
I
Ross.
just
Derek,
yes.
yeah.
I just posted a short video about him. Man, it's just I was blown away when I have seen it.
no, it's
I
good.
just wanna share it with you.
That's what Derek puts on in the background every time he comes on.
Yep.
What's up, Brenda?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Evening. Evening.
Oh yeah, I saw this, Jonas, where he's saying it actually creates a, because people keep on, why is he painting the same picture over and over?
Yes.
But it's actually if you link them all together, it makes a journey showing how he's going
Yes.
to a any
Great, man.
place.
I wasn't aware of that. It's awesome.
Very, very good.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, yeah. So Brenda, do you have any question?
I was trying to noise suppress my fan. You don't hear my fan, do you?
No, sounds fine.
Mine's on. You don't hear mine either.
I
Yeah,
can
noise
hear the fan, but it's not that
Yeah,
bad.
It's
just a
very
little
soft.
flush.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not loud enough to bother.
I'll turn it off.
Yeah. It's good.
It's bad.
So I just got here. I heard it's always fun to come on these because I'm sorry, Keith, but you don't know anything about what you talk about, and it's
Is this
hilarious.
question and answers, or is this let me cry because I don't even know what I am?
Oh, I know.
That's a good one.
So are you going to ask a question, or are you going to come cry, Brenda?
I'm not crying. What are you, Keith?
I'm a man.
Are you?
Definitely.
How do you know?
I've got 4 children. It's a bit difficult to get sperm if I'm not a man.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By definition,
very
it
sure.
sounds like a definition of a man. Yeah. A male of the gender, the male
So-
gender of our species. Yeah, man.
So somebody that doesn't have children isn't a man?
Never said that.
You just did say that.
No,
No, I said I sperm. I literally
General-
have children because of
You
sperm.
generally speaking.
Yeah, you just said
Can
that.
you show me a female that lets sperm, please?
You just show. You
Can you
just
show me a
told
female
me.
with sperm?
Generally
Brenda?
speaking, men
You
can
just
get
told
women
me.
pregnant.
How
That's
about
Can you
generally
show me?
How about
Okay, Brenda. Do you have a
how
uterus?
about how
Brenda,
about
do you
if
have a
we drop?
uterus?
How
Brenda,
about
do you
if
have a
we drop?
uterus? Brenda, do you have a uterus?
Keith,
Do you have a
be
uterus,
nice.
Brenda?
Keith,
I am nice. Do you have a uterus,
no,
Brenda?
you're not. No, you're
Do
not.
you have a uterus, Brenda?
Let's drop the subject.
Do you have a
Keith.
uterus? No, you brought it up.
exactly.
No,
Do you have a uterus,
let's
Brenda?
drop it
Do you have a
because you
uterus,
can't
Brenda?
have.
Do you have a
You
uterus,
can't have.
Brenda? Do you have a uterus,
You c-
Brenda? Do you have a uterus, Brenda?
It's a yes or
No.
no question. Okay.
Simple
It's a
answer.
simple yes or
No.
no question. Do you have a uterus, Brenda?
I'm showing you what a non-man looks like. It looks like you.
Do you have a
You're not a man.
uterus, Brenda?
You're not a man.
Flat,
Keith.
just kick
Do
it.
you have a uterus, Brenda?
You're a man child.
Do you have a uterus,
You're a
Brenda?
man child. You're a man
Okay,
child.
okay, Roger. Maybe you can say it in American to Brenda because Brenda doesn't understand South African English. So can you say it in American English to Brenda?
Do you have a
Let's,
uterus? Yes or
Would
no?
you like to have? Would you like to have your channels get a strike?
Do you have a uterus,
Would
Brenda?
you like your? Do you
Strike it
want
because there's
to-
nothing to strike about. I'm asking you a simple question. Do
I
you have a
can't do
uterus?
it. I can't do it, Keith.
Do you
I
have a
don't do it.
uterus, Brenda?
Other people will.
Does
Keith,
Brenda? Okay, type 1 in chat if Brenda has a uterus. Type 2 in chat if
don't
Brenda
know.
doesn't have a uterus. If Brenda
Keith,
doesn't want to answer, sure
this is
everybody
a
else can
really
answer
bad
this.
look. This is a really
Yes,
bad
it's
look
a really
for you.
bad look for you because you're dishonest.
No,
So
it's
again,
not. It's not a
Brenda
bad
comes
look
to
for me.
cry on my channel that Brenda wants to say I'm not a man because Brenda doesn't know what a man is. Now, Brenda doesn't even know what a uterus is. 2 in chat. There we go. Brenda has no uterus, so Brenda is a male. Brenda has no female chromosomes. Brenda is a man. Brenda
Why don't
needs
you
to
come here and
accept
say that?
that Brenda
Why don't you come
can
here and say
never,
that?
ever be pregnant. Brenda also has to accept that crying on you and calling me not a man while I have 4 children
a
from
child.
sperm from my body
Yes, and
means
you
I
beat
am
your
a
wife.
man.
You beat
What?
your wife.
What? You can't.
Dude.
What? He beats his wife.
Flat, just kick.
Oh, look at the murderer. Look at the murderer.
Oh, here we go. Here we
God.
go. Murderer
Wait,
now.
wait, this is good. This is good. So,
What?
PJ,
I'm a
you're a
murderer.
murderer. I beat my wife.
Yes, you
So
went.
that's
You
slander.
know,
Yes.
you do
That's
know what
slander.
you have just, you know what you just claimed?
Yeah.
I've never been charged with murder. Manslaughter I was
Um,
charged with, not murder.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because they realized you were too fucking stupid to not know that the dose you gave your friend would kill him.
Shut up, you numpty.
Okay,
You
It was
gave
a
your
bad
friend-
dose.
you
I went
gave your
over
friend-
to. It was a bad
gave your
dose.
friend-
Shut up, Brenda.
you
Nothing to do with
OD'd
you.
your friend.
It was
You
death by
OD'd
misadventure.
Brenda.
You
Brenda?
OD'd your friend,
No, I didn't.
PJ.
Brenda?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You
No, I
gave
didn't.
him
Brenda,
IV
Brenda,
drugs.
were you there? Wait,
and he
Brenda, were you there?
died.
Were you there,
You
Brenda?
gave him
Oh,
IV
what?
drugs and he
Was you
died.
Brenda,
Was you
were you
there?
there?
And then they
Yeah.
realized
No.
PJ is so fucking stupid.
Okay,
He doesn't
Brenda's
know what
gonna
he
get
was
muted.
doing.
I'm going to mute
Tell
Brenda
something,
until Brenda
Brenda.
can.
I sat here quiet. I didn't even attack you. I wasn't even talking to you. I sat here quiet, and you come and attack me.
Okay, PJ, you see the thing with Brenda is Brenda can't accept that Brenda's a man. There, Brenda left. Brenda came on to literally just attack everyone without having any substantial evidence of it. So I'm going to ask again: was Brenda there with your whole case?
No. It was 1997.
Were you convicted? Were you
1990s. I was never convicted of. I was convicted of supplying
Involuntary.
a Class A drug, and I got 3 years for it. I was in remand 6 months for manslaughter. Got to court, and it was dropped to Class A supply. Got 3 years
So,
for Class A
but-
supply.
Oh,
Okay, so was it intentional or was it just based on you were trying to help, and unfortunately that helping wasn't the right choice?
He was older than me. He was my best mate. He was my best
Yeah,
mate.
exactly.
It's because
So-
he had alcohol in his system.
So
and other
wait,
stuff in his
PJ,
system.
what did you
Listen,
do?
hold on a minute. It's nothing
Luca.
to do with those. When you are a heroin addict, there's no such thing as an amount in milligrams and dosages. There's toxicity levels are different with different batches. You can't tell. So don't go on like that. Go on like what
thing is-
dosage? You know what I
The
mean?
thing is,
There's no
the thing
dosage.
is, the thing is, Brenda went and called you a murderer.
Yep.
So Brenda literally went and did now what is actually illegal, because Brenda now made a very illegal statement against you without any evidence.
Absolutely.
That's slander for sure. And this-
Brenda just went against the actual court.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, and the thing is, look, I was 20 years old. To me, that was a kid. That was 29 years ago. 29 years ago. My best mate would never have blamed me. I didn't want to do it. It was his first time. He persuaded me. He persuaded me. We took half each. It was a bad batch. I went over 2, but I came 2.
You don't have to explain it to anyone, PJ. The fact of the
Death by
matter is,
misadventure.
So what was it?
the fact of the matter is, Brenda's calling you a murderer
Yeah.
when you literally aren't a murderer. Brenda doesn't even know what murder is. What
Yep.
is murder, guys?
Intentionally
Premeditated killing.
The intention to unalive someone, correct?
Yeah.
Did you
Yep.
intentionally unalive your friend? No, you didn't.
No, it was never a case of murder. Manslaughter is mistaken killing, accidental
Yes.
killing.
Unintentional.
Yeah, unintentional. That's what I was charged with. And even that got dropped after 6 months. And I got convicted. of
Exactly.
Class
Hey,
A
Vicky.
supply.
Hey,
Good
Vicky.
to see you, Vicky.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, babe.
I've been ill all day, but I ain't gonna listen to any cock that
That's what
wants
Brenda
to
is,
be a
yes.
girl. Like, it's not my fault you're a cock in a dress.
Cock in a
innit?
frock.
Like cock in a frock, a man, a biological man, Brenda. That's what you are. You ain't no woman. You never will be. In 100 years, when they dig up your bones, they're gonna say that was a man.
Just with the male femurs.
Literally just
and
literally just that's the funny thing. If you look at let's say they dig up old grave sites and stuff, they are able to look at what age the person died, what the gender was, what what sex they were, male or female, based on the bones in their body and the DNA. Brenda,
Copium said maybe PJ gave him the bad batch.
Oh no.
Because when you're a heroin addict, you test your drugs before you take them. Not like give your head
And
a
there's
wobble.
dosages, like you get milligrams of it. Come on. You get a little weight. You don't know the
Do you know how many
toxicity.
people-
You never know the toxicity. You know what I mean? You usually get it from a certain supplier, so you trust them. But sometimes there's a bad
No, but
batch.
listen.
What?
Listen, I know people that have been done and charged.
And I've
for
died myself
manslaughter.
and got come back by 2015.
No, but listen, PJ wasn't done. He wasn't. He did not go. He does not have what
Conviction
should
for
we call
murder.
it?
Yeah.
Or
manslaughter.
it was
I
thrown
was
out.
charged.
So when
I was
you're saying
charged
it,
with
it's
manslaughter and
slander.
supply. And when it came to the trial,
Not
didn't even go to trial. But
convicted
when it
of.
came to that point, my barrister got it to just if we drop the manslaughter, will you plead guilty to Class A supply? Plea bargain. I said yes, I will do that. So I got 3 years for that because they took into consideration, even though it's not manslaughter, someone still died. I paid my debt for it. I am forgiven by
Well,
Christ.
also, but like I'm saying, PJ, you don't need to defend yourself on this. The fact
No,
is,
I'm
Brenda
open about
came
it.
on.
It's in my
The
testimony.
fact is, Brenda came on here and literally made a very false statement about both of us, where we literally didn't give any false statement about Brenda.
I know. When he said about you and your wife,
Said you beat your wife.
and
That's-
then I
yeah,
heard
beat your
He
wife.
called me
the
a wife
PJ
beater,
thing,
and
I was like, oh,
I want to know. There's one person also that called me a wife beater before, or is that McToon?
Oh, I-
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm telling you, these people
wait,
have
wait,
no
wait.
scruples,
I
dude.
think Sean Hawkins also said that. Why is it that they keep saying this?
Hmm.
Do
And
they
how
know
is-
my wife? Do they know my children?
Maybe they're
They
projecting.
don't.
Maybe they're
They are.
projecting, Keith. Maybe that's what they really
I thought
are.
Brenda didn't watch my shitty channel. How does Brenda know about my testimony? You know, I'm open about this. I put it in my testimony. It's in my videos.
Come
I'm
on.
open. It's part of my testimony to Christ.
Brenda's sub to my channel.
Look,
For
Well,
how Brenda
dude,
can say anything about other people if Brenda cannot?
Well,
know.
I
This
got a
is the
question
thing,
for you,
though,
Vicky.
Yannick.
I'm sure you can answer. Do you have a uterus?
Oh, you
Yeah.
Wow. That's PJ. Do you have a uterus?
Definitely not.
Roger?
no, I have no uterus
Jan-
at all.
Yeah, Janusz?
Let me check it. No.
And Luca, last of all, do you have a uterus?
No.
Now, I want to ask you something.
Wow.
Was that
Everyone
question
answered that.
so much to answer?
Easy.
No.
Easy.
No.
It was a 50-50. Yes.
But truth is very offensive for some people. The brainwash
It
people.
could be.
Do you know what, though? It says more about them than any of you. And it does, because, look, you see them in chat. I've blocked most of them. But you see them in chat. Like, they're here every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. And they come here just to troll and to call you names and stuff. And it's, do you know what? It's actually really sad.
What would they do? What would they do,
and
Flats,
it
if
is.
you gave up YouTube? If all the Flat Earthers gave up YouTube, what the heck would they do?
Well,
would
they'll
cry.
first go, oh, yeah, look, we won, blah, blah, blah. And then
And they'll
afterwards, like, oh,
cry.
I miss Flatzoid. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me when my channel was hacked.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
They thought I'm not going to come back. And then they were like,
Neptune did call him a
And
wife
it literally
beater.
was hacked. Somebody was streaming live some news crap.
Yeah, I
no, I
remember that.
totally well, Mutun did call
But-
me a wife beater. And you know why he called me a wife beater? Because I took a screenshot of a rectilinear lens of the horizon bent. And I asked him, well, this is a screenshot. Is that optical horizon or is that physical? Guess what his answer was? I'm a wife beater.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah, just like when I asked Brenda now, do you have a uterus? I'm a wife beater.
I mean,
So they're accusing you of something they can't prove. That would be what's that term? they
Slander.
use? Slander. Okay. There you go.
Slander.
Yeah.
Slander.
Debatable D. A lot of women are born with a partially developed uterus, but they're female. They were born
And
female.
that's minority.
Brenda wasn't born
No-
female,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. And I'm really sorry, Debatable D, because you said to me yesterday, oh, I thought you were getting somewhere because I called Brenda they before. What you don't realise is, see what Brenda just did then? We have that all the time, but not just from Brenda, from a lot more of you. And the thing is, there's only so many times you can be the bigger person. So it's all right for Brenda to bring up PJ's past, bullshit about Keith, say whatever Brenda wants about anybody, but nobody can bring up the fact that Brenda was born a male. Like, make it make sense.
Well, at the end of the
You're
day,
literally-
these damn woke morons out there
Whoa.
think that we should lie just because they want to feel that there's something they're not. I'm sorry. I don't need to lie because they get offended about the truth.
I'm never gonna have respect for people that are vulgar about us. Like, Brenda's subbed to my channel and I don't even know why. The amount of shit everyone takes daily from trolls is ridiculous, and we're always told, be the better person, be the better person. Do you know what? Sometimes you go screw being the bigger person, because I'm sick of being
Don't be
nice.
walked over.
I hear you. Can I say something right quick? This is kind of the way I look at this whole agenda thing. They're working on what I call a legal fiction. They're building up a profile of them being a woman on paper and legalizing their genders.
Yes.
They're not real genders. They're doing this for legal purposes.
Made
I
up
think.
genders.
Yeah,
And
yeah, fiction. So looks
So
like
not
I can
that
as
long
well
ago-
choose my own prepositions. So I think I can say now
You can't.
I'm very young, and I'm the richest man in the world. Yeah, just call me this with those names.
Okay, can I call you the most interesting man in the world?
Of course.
All right, there we go.
What were you saying, Bill?
So in the UK, In the UK, the Court of Human Rights said the definition of a woman is a born female.
Ding, 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 ding. Boing.
If you're basically your
Yep.
Supreme Court says that if you're born a female, you're a female. You're born a male, you're born a male. That stands.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is. To the point that women over here are trying to stop having they're trying to get it so that trans women go to men's prisons
yep.
because there was a
Yeah.
rapist who changed his gender and then was put with women, and that's
Yeah,
not
because
right.
what I was trying to get with Brenda as well, Brenda has an XY chromosome, not an XX. And that, by definition, means Brenda's not a female.
If they would be rooted in God, they wouldn't go this way. But because Brendan is atheist, as claims, has another faith, that's
Christian
why
too.
he is where
Don't
he
forget
is. Yeah. Christian atheist, yeah.
I love how Brenda brought the whole thing up and then cried when getting faced with the topic Brenda brought up.
I didn't even talk to Brenda, and then I said one thing to agree with someone, and that was it. Oh, you're a murderer. No, because he said about you being a woman beater.
This is actually a question that I don't think needs a super chat. Where do you send trans men to women's prisons? You send men to men's prisons, women to women's prisons. Full stop.
Born females you send to a women's prison.
They always love to play victimhood.
Female.
And there are actual cases where they did the opposite and it really turned out bad.
Do you think that a trans male is going to go in? Look, I'd love to look at the statistics of a trans female, the crime rate of them on women versus trans males on women, because I should think it's completely different.
Well, look at the sports that they're doing now, like the competition with the trans women in it, and look at the amount they're winning. They're taking all the medals and trophies away from them, and they'll take their money too.
Yeah, there's that female boxer, champion boxer, went up against
transgender,
male to female, not because it's female boxing.
Yeah.
Professional boxer, she was a champion, not the trans one. Went up against her. One punch took from the and the other one hadn't even boxed very, very long. One punch, and it was so hard that the professional woman said, "No, I can't. That's a man. I'm fighting a man."
Okay.
So people like Brenda, who are in uproar, calling Keith a wife beater and all that bullshit, but yet it's all right when one of them has punches a woman to get a gold medal.
Yeah, but I mean, read what's on here. New Jersey trans prisoner impregnated 2 inmates, transferred to men's facility. I wonder why they had to transfer the trans woman to a men's facility. Oh, I don't know, because he's still a male. He literally impregnated 2 women.
See what I mean? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
They just want if it's like that, then they want to go to prison, isn't they? Madness. What was that joke of the trans thing, babe? I can't remember it.
What do you call a transsexual that can't afford gender reassignment?
What do you call them?
Transaction
And you know what's
failure.
sad about that? You know what's sad about that? Those 2 women who are impregnated are having children, and those children have to grow up out of this sick environment.
Yep.
That's bastardization, isn't it?
Bastardization. It's got to be normal for them. They've got to grow up with that as normality.
And think about this. All this started because the woke people don't want to be offended by truth.
Yeah. And they're called woke. Wow. They should never. They're so asleep. It's unbelievable. Never should they be called woke.
It's crazy.
Debatable D, you mean the boxer that was not that long ago tested for their gender and it came out that they were a male? So yeah, definitely not a female. Right, I'm going to go now. I only come in to say that.
Oh, here's another one. Cheers. Thanks for coming in, Vicky.
Right, love you.
Bye.
Here's the Guardian. Look
Later,
at this.
Vicky.
Trans woman guilty of raping 2 women.
Wow.
Female prison in Scotland.
Wow. That'll be hold on. Cortonvale. It's the only women's jail in Scotland. Cortonvale. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. But now, I want to ask you something. What is a man doing in a woman's prison?
Exactly. So bad. It's so bad.
That's sad, man. It is.
So, like I say, we have a lot of evidence why men are always men, women are always women. There is no evidence for the latter. So Brenda has absolutely no foot to stand on with anything. Brenda's trying to call a tree a mountain.
Well, maybe.
Maybe they both stand upright, but they're two different things.
I'd say an anthill into a mountain. Like, don't turn an anthill into a mountain.
Nah, it's mole. It's
Have you heard
molehills, making molehills out of mountains out of molehills. That's the saying you're looking for.
I think it was ant.
No,
Mhm.
it's not.
well.
So that was some exciting stuff. Anyway,
Murderer. I'm a lyrical gangster.
Anyway,
Murderer.
let's move on to something lighter, like debating.
Mikhail, do you have any other questions?
Vlad, can you please post this video on the YouTube? Because I don't have spanner, so thank you.
Odyssey.com. What's that one? Odyssey. Is our YouTube channel?
Yes.
Oh, no.
He's Odyssey channel.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
Wee.
Thank you.
So any questions, guys? You can come in and ask us, or you can send a super chat. Yes.
Why?
Okay,
Oh,
I got a question.
Brenda's so confused. Oh, why?
Okay, go ahead. What's
Oh, okay. Do we have any proof of transitioning in the human species?
No.
Oh, well, that's it.
what are you talking about? Like evolution or something?
Kind of,
Yeah,
you could say that. Yeah, that would be an evolution of some sort.
Well, then yeah, I suppose so.
Okay,
If it's evolution,
where's the example you have of the transition?
We had like a common ancestor.
Okay.
I
Yes,
guess.
any word I can agree with that. But my point is still valid. A tree's not a mountain, a mountain's not a tree.
I did say that.
Yeah.
Who is TDDS? I have no idea.
That's Mike. That's Mike.
Yeah, the drunk debunk.
Drunk debunk show. Yeah.
We know what he's doing, dude. He's thumbing our nose in it, man. He's rubbing our face in it.
It's such a listen. What he does is schoolyard. That's what he does. It's schoolyard stuff.
What's where'd the drunk debunk show come in?
Well, earlier you weren't here. You missed that. But he was going around changing Vlad's title to his streams on the.
I did a video
on his panel. Yeah,
I did a video on it. He's in my drunk debunks in my comment section, taking the piss.
Well, I sit back and watch some of his shows.
Well, what's he saying?
What's he?
Is it something?
Go watch it. The last video I did. It's 7 minutes 7. Go watch it.
Oh, so it's not a live. It's
No, it's a video. It's a video. I did it straight after my live.
Okay.
I did it on my live as well, but this is a video. The last one I did. It's only 7 minutes and 7.
So that was an acronym for the Drunk Debunk Show.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Well, I watched him go on there and threaten people almost literally. Like I want to punch this guy in the face because I don't agree with what he's doing, kind of thing. He gets vulgar with it. Yeah, he has a problem controlling his emotions.
Problem, man. Man, he's doing streams like asking his audience like you decide how long I stream, 64 hours and all that kind of crap. Why? That's for money, bro. It's grifting.
I have a question.
Go for it.
They think that like the Big Bang is part of evolution or no?
Well, they think that's what sets
It depends, though, but it usually dictates to exist. Where else would the beginning be if you didn't have the Big Bang?
But evolution doesn't make any claims about the origin of
Yes, it
life,
does. Of
though.
course it
So
does.
Yeah.
I'd say no.
Whoa.
Of course it
Darwin's
does.
book's called The
Primordial soup.
Origins of Species, man.
The
Literally.
Big Bang. If
Ever?
the Big Bang happened, then that's what created all this rocks and all that kind of stuff. And then, like the rain,
Yeah.
raining down on the rocks for millions of years, turning into a what's it called? Prebiotic soup. You know what I mean? Then a one cell organism crawls out of it, replicates itself, this two cell organism, then off
A
you go.
protocell. Yeah, show us the
protocell.
protocell.
What's the name of Darwin's book? It's called The Origin of
Origin
what
of
again?
Species.
There you go. So yes, evolution does make a claim of the origin of species, but they're trying to
Yeah, well, you
trace
have
it
to
back.
understand there is more than one belief in evolution. So, are you based on Darwinian evolution, Luca, or the more
Just
modern naturalist evolution?
the natural selection, the the mutation over time. You know that one.
Okay, mutation over time. If you really look
But
into the
but
science,
but that's
mutation
not.
never brings
But
anything
how's
good. It
that?
always degrades. So at this point, if it
But
would be
how's
real, we wouldn't be on Earth because everything would be mutated and changed, and we wouldn't be alive.
Right.
As
Like
simple as
so,
that.
like Luca, if you was born with a third leg, it wouldn't be beneficial, wouldn't
Mhm.
it? Wouldn't make you run faster or anything like that, or walk better if you were born with a third leg. It would be what's the word? It wouldn't benefit you. It wouldn't
It's
be
a hindrance.
beneficial at all. It would be a hindrance, exactly. That's the word.
This to me is what evolution says. as I'll do like I'll use my like 2 planets thing, because to me that was perfect before, like a simplified version of evolution. So basically, you have life on 2 different planets that both support
Wait,
life.
what planet?
It's a
Where did that
hypothetical.
life come from?
What planets there?
Yeah.
It's a hypothetical.
Okay.
What, they just exist?
Just 2 planets, any two. For this hypothetical scenario, let's just do 2 planets. Let's do 2 planets and put life on them. It doesn't matter how that life started. God could have created that life. Who knows?
Yes,
It doesn't
you
matter
do
how it
get
started.
Christians
It
today.
can be God. It can be
You do
whatever.
get Christians today,
whatever.
though, that do also fight for evolution. God created the evolutionary chain.
There is.
You do get
Yeah,
those, but that
okay,
is
then
definitely
let's
not biblical, though.
Okay, then let's say that God put life on the planets. That doesn't matter. God placed life on, gave these planets 2 planets life. He made one have constant volcanoes and the other one have constant floods. The opposite, volcanoes and flood, whatever. And let's wait like 1 billion years or something. Now, according to evolution, both of these planets, despite having the same life put on them, will now be completely different from each other. Well, the life would be completely different from each other now.
What life? Wait,
Having
what life?
evolved and mutated in different
Yeah, but you first need
two different
a
planets.
cell there, correct? You need
Well,
the
God
originator cell.
created life.
Okay, so God placed life there.
Yes,
Okay,
God
and then
created
what
the same
happened?
type of
Then what
life.
happened now? Now let's say on the one Earth, He created the one life came out as a platypus, and on the other one came out as a giraffe.
Sure, why
Okay,
not?
what
Let's
happens?
place
What
a
happens to the
giraffe
transition from there?
on the planet, and then wait 1 billion years, and then all of a sudden the life will be
Well, my
completely
question to you
different.
is, Luca, when did cows stop drowning before they became dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, how many times did the cows drown before?
When did a cow stop drowning before it became a dolphin?
It's a water mammal. Yeah.
What's that question? That question doesn't make sense. What do you mean a cow stopped drowning before it became a dolphin?
Didn't you
When
know
did it learn how to swim
dolphins
and
come
develop
from mammals
fins?
that were like cows?
I know
Right.
of
A fish was in the water, and apparently they walk out the water gradually after billions of years. How did it walk
Yeah.
out the water and develop them lungs? How many died in the process before the lungs were developed? To breathe air.
Well, many, like hundreds of years would have
But
gone
would
do you
by.
any
know?
die
for
due to
How
the
do you
that
know,
process?
type
Luca?
of change to happen.
Would
How
any
do you
have
know,
died
Luca?
due to the process?
How do you know it's true?
Well, we have different, fossils, I guess,
We
that
do.
I guess,
look
or you know,
completely nothing like
or you've been
the
told.
fossils we have today.
So let's go further.
Well, I've seen photos of the fossils, and they look completely different from anything we have
Yeah, there is
today.
fossils.
So
There
we
is
know
fossils.
from the fossils, we know that there must have been at some point that
Yes, we have different
being.
fossils, but do you know that they even what's his name? Jesus.
But all them
Theory
fossils
of
tell you
evolution.
is
Darwin himself said that his theory is not correct
yeah.
if there are no missing links found, and we have millions upon millions of fossils, and there is no missing link. So did you know that?
Yeah.
Did they teach that in school? Of course not.
All fossils tell you.
What
All
did
fossils tell you, Luca, is that thing died. That's all it tells you. There's no transition. There's no sign of transition in between these fossils. They're just animals that are not here anymore.
So-called science assumes that from this organism came different organism, but there is no link in
Isn't
between.
that what
There
Kent
is no
said?
missing links. There are
Talk
none,
about
none
Ken Hovind?
found
Even,
ever for nothing, for any animal.
even Lucy they made up.
Yeah, they did.
Doesn't Kent Hovind say that as
What?
well? Like, oh, that proves us that thing
Yes,
died.
yes,
He does.
He does actually. He does.
Kent
He does
Hovind
actually,
says
yeah.
that.
You're right. He does.
So I got a question for you, Luca. What is a fossil by definition?
Just bones buried in dirt, I guess, or underground.
Okay, that's not what a fossil is, but a
Well,
fossil.
what is a fossil
The
then?
fossils they find and categorize as fossils are impressions of a skeleton that were compressed. They claim that they're over so many millions of years old, supposedly, but they have.
But they have physical bones, right?
No, they're not physical bones. Usually, fossils are usually in layers of rocks. They're compressed like a photograph in time. You might say. That's.
I see.
And it was usually, I mean, there's a lot of fossils that were like shelled things from the seas, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Spiral, can't remember what it's called. Spiral.
The Nautilus.
Sorry.
The Nautilus.
Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that Kent Hovind debatable. D.
Okay, so
Just was
I
funny
like
to
Kent
comment.
Hovind
Roger.
on creation, but he's wrong about, let's say, obviously the heliocentric part.
Yeah, he does believe in he does know of the globe
No.
Earth.
Now,
Yeah.
Luca,
Okay,
did you
so-
ever look?
so Roger-
He's the logic and
Luca,
Yes.
did you ever look into any information which are opposite to your perception of theory of evolution?
Pakistan
Okay,
and
so Luca, my point is now the Amylocysatidae or whatever that is. Okay, that was a land mammal.
Yeah.
Now, when did they stop drowning to become a Remingtonocetide or whatever? I guess it's big names, guys. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The claim is that a cow-like mammal became a dolphin. Now, my point is, how many cows do we have to throw into the ocean until it becomes a dolphin?
I know. The thing is, Flats, they came out of the ocean to become bipeds and
then go back.
And quadrupeds to go back.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, Luca, back on the subject of your little thought experiment. Build yourself a little entrapment or an environment. Add water, soil, light, and enclose it in a box, and then come back and check on it next week and the next week and the next week. You get all the elements there that sustain life. Let me know when it starts developing life. Let me know when the animal morphies from a amoeba to the process. Just do it and give us updates on it on a regular. See how far it goes.
Obviously, I can't.
Well,
It's just a hypothetical.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, make your own little environment, like in a room, and put all the elements that sustain life, and then let me know how far it evolves from that point. You use organic materials, put a plant in there or whatever.
Some amino acids, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. Let me know how that works out for you.
Protein, amino acids, you know, all that kind of stuff. Stick it together.
But I'd be dead before it even begins. So
okay.
I can.
Well, wouldn't it start immediately according
Evolution
to what you
says
say?
It takes millions of years.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd find some traces of like an amoeba in there, wouldn't you? Like, you get the microscope out, and go to town.
If I were to place something in the box of like life or something, and then wait a million years.
Now wait a minute. Now you say it happened at a Big Bang, so I mean, was there somebody placed life in the Big Bang somehow? I don't think. How did that work?
Yeah, how did that start?
Well,
like I say, they say it rained on rocks for billions of years, turned into prebiotics.
Well, life must have come after the Big Bang.
Yes.
Because nothing can survive in space.
But what was in the Big Bang that made life? How was it just rain? It rained down in rocks. How does that make life? Turns into a soup, and then you get a one cell organism.
That's what I was saying. Like, make that box, and put water in it, put light, and get all the elements in there,
and then it
see what happens.
replicates. And then it replicates itself with no reproductive system and becomes reproductive.
Yeah. Well, you've seen cells under a microscope, right, PJ?
Oh, yeah.
See if you can find some in that environment you make, and see if it actually reproduces and creates itself.
I've seen a guy who does this, on YouTube. He gets like old bits of food and that, leaves it lying there for months and puts it in an environment, and you see like mold and that growing, bacteria. Then he does other things like, say, grabs a scoop of water from the river, like stuff like that, puts it in an environment, and then you get little beasties in that form and stuff. But that's because there's microbial life in there as well. You know what I mean?
Well,
but it doesn't evolve. Yeah. What they become is what they are, and that's it.
Yeah. So none of them crawled out of the swamp.
That's it. Yeah, the swamp monsters.
So strawberries are our closest cousins, right? From what I understand.
Yeah. Well, the whale apparently is related to a pine tree.
Holy crap!
Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Oh, there you go.
I like it.
I wonder what the milk tastes like. That's what I want to know.
Probably very salty.
A bit oily. Yeah.
Very salty, definitely.
Got some omega-3 and calcium.
My iPad's overheating. I'm gonna go now.
Where are you going?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you're not going to tell me where you're going?
I might go have some breakfast. Yeah, that's it.
Are you going to gamble?
No, not that. I'll wait until my sister comes back, and then I'll go to the casino with her.
You got to play some games?
Yeah, I might play some craps or some.
If you get some free time, watch that. Honestly, it's only an hour and 40 minutes. Watch that Testimony of Charles's from my channel.
The one
he was talking to you yesterday. Remember, Charles, him, Jedi.
7. I'll also watch that 7-minute video.
Yeah. Go for it.
Cool. Stay away from the blackjack table because I always lose my shirt there, dude. It's like it depends on the bet.
Like what? You lose your money quickly?
Oh yeah, I went to the first blackjack table and I was in Vegas, and it was $100 was a low bet. The lowest bet I could make, and I lost like $1,000 within an hour.
House always wins.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
You get lucky now and again, but even if they pay you out, they're still on top because of all the other bloody bets from everybody else. You know what I mean? So they never lose.
Well, yeah, the casino always has the edge.
Of course, 100%.
You go to the casino for fun, Willie. Not.
I
not
got a
to
question
win
before you
money.
go quickly, Luca. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh, I know.
Oh
I
my
know what came
goodness.
first. Yeah, 100%.
The egg,
No, the
maybe.
chicken.
God made the chicken to
Oh,
lay the
okay.
egg.
Of course.
Ah,
If he said he made it says in the Bible made all the animals. You
you
know.
see,
So,
that's the difference between atheists and Christians.
yeah.
The atheists can't rely on God, so
Mm.
they have to, just assume they don't really know.
Well,
We
I
know.
had a 50% chance, so I
Look,
guess.
you need the chicken to lay the egg. The egg just can't be there. Life doesn't come from death.
If they didn't lay eggs, we wouldn't have more chickens. So it's kind of like a win-win for the chicken, right?
Yeah, it
Except the
says it.
dinner time,
Moses says it. Moses says it. Look, God made all the animals, birds. Chicken came first. Simple.
Well, how many parts are in the egg, AJ? I mean, PJ. I called you
3.
AJ. Jesus,
3.
There's 3 parts to the egg.
There's kind of 4 because inside the egg there's a skin around its shell. So it's kind of 4, but yeah, it holds the shell together, doesn't it?
You see that? Mr. Groovehouse said, depends what you mean by egg. That's freaking facepalm.
Okay. So, well, according to ChatGPT, the egg came first.
Yeah, ChatGPT would say that.
It's been listening to Luca.
I bet you could get it to say the chicken came first.
If you wanna know what the ChatGPT, if you look into the logo and turn around the logo, you will see inside in the middle start of Remphen, start of Molech, and so-called as well start of David. So it's in plain sight.
Huh. All right. Bye,
Hey,
guys.
man.
See you
Be
tomorrow.
good. Be good.
Yeah,
I will.
The blackjack table was at Harris Casino, man, and they had a minimum bet on the main floor of $100 at this table, and I sat there for like a good 7 hands before I realized I wasn't going to win.
No, I don't do it, man. I do a scratch card now and again. I don't even do the lottery. I went to, on one of my ex's, my son's mom, when she was a certain age. We went to a casino for her birthday. All I did was the roulette tables. No, I either went black or green. I just went 50-50s all the way. Got a bit on that, but that was it. I don't gamble.
Flat, I drop another link.
Did you hit black?
Post it on the YouTube.
Yeah, I've already put it in for them. There we go.
Red or green, sorry.
Yeah, I had a roommate who actually was what was it? What'd you play again? Roulette. He was a roulette dealer for like 10 years, man. He told me all their tricks, dude. They know.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
I just went 50.
Well, my uncle actually went and bought his holiday house with a game of blackjack. So
Wow.
Nice.
I mean, people do get lucky now again, of course, but house.
my brother's like that.
is on top.
My brother always goes and plays blackjack. He never walks out with less than he walked in.
Fair play.
Now I'm good on the slots.
But the thing is, that's good. If you can do that, that's cool. But it's people that think, right, I just got a good win. Maybe if I keep this and take this and bet that, I can get more. And then they lose it.
Well, on my honeymoon, we stopped by a casino called Cliff Castles, and what we did was I go in, I hit a slot machine, get one of the minimum pots, I get off that machine and go to another one, hit another minimum pot, boom, boom, boom. By the time I walked out, I was 2,500 up.
Nice.
And this was free money because it was our honeymoon, and my boss gave me a whole bunch of cash for our honeymoon, and I made $2,000 out of it, man. Quick. Yeah.
Nice.
Went to Mexico on the honeymoon. It was fun.
Mexico.
Went to San Diego. Yeah, Mexico. I got stories about that. Don't drink. Don't get margaritas when you go to Mexico. They have ice in them. Don't drink the water. Is what I'm saying.
Don't drive.
Right. See.
Don't drive and drink. You spill too much.
Yeah. Don't drink and drive. Smoke, hash, and fly.
Special tricks? About what? You can't win at slots all the time like that because they change those machines up all the time. They're digital now. It's hard to beat them.
What's
got to
that
keep
one
playing
guy?
until you win.
I remember there's a guy that actually he's like banned from all the casinos in Las Vegas because
Counting
he's
cards.
very good at counting cards. So he
Mm.
always wins. So they've banned him at all the casinos.
Mm. You know, and you think about it, it's not even cheating. Think about it. It's just a solution.
It's just being it's just being very clever.
You sort
I
of
can't claim I would be able to know how to do that. I mean, that's a
No.
talent. It's still a talent.
Have you ever
But,
seen the movie 21? It's based on a true story. It's got Kevin Spacey in it though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's a good film though. 21.
Yeah,
It's
and
about
at the time, Mr. McGrew was asking.
Oh, what was it? It makes you think of that one movie with Kevin Spacey. What's that when he was an alien? K-Pack or what?
K-Pack, yeah.
Movie, yeah, it's a brilliant.
I remember that.
Movie. I actually
No.
thought he was going to go in the end. He didn't.
No, he didn't. I was going to answer Mr. McGrew. I wasn't working at Walmart at the time. That was like, how long ago? That was like 25 years ago. And I was working for a small company in Flagstaff. And my boss was really good friends of ours. And they actually gave us a wedding party and stuff. And then he gave me money as a gesture, you know, so we could use it on our honeymoon. The name of the place is Pastos. It's downtown Flagstaff. You go there if you want good Italian food. They make it fresh daily. I haven't always worked at Walmart. That's what's getting me. It's kind of like taking me off a little bit. I flip burgers or I work at Walmart. I've never done anything else my entire life. I got to stop reading the chat.
Yeah, it doesn't help reading it. I mean, it's very simple, guys. You got a question, you either hit the super chat or you come in for the free version and ask us yourself. I mean, we've only got like 15 minutes left, so I advise you if you want a question, now's the time to do it.
Well, don't come in and make accusations like some people do. It's question and answers, not accusations and answers.
Yes, I literally had an opportunity to go and do my trials at Blackburn Rover. Couldn't get my visa to happen, so it didn't happen. You know, visas are a thing.
Mm-hmm. So why is that funny?
It's because they're jealous.
Oh, okay.
It's because people are obsessed with my life. They don't have their own.
Vicariously much? I think they do a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is a positive that it shows whoever this troll account is been watching my channel for many years.
Maybe I could think of one particular person in particular who would do that.
No, I can name a few.
Yeah.
No, the story hasn't changed. It's exactly what you just said.
I didn't get that neither. What does that mean?
Yeah.
You just agreed with what they said, and then like your story changed somehow. I don't.
Blackburn Rovers is in England. Jingles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's amazing how we're still waiting for questions on Q&A evening.
I know.
We're about 30 votes. Oh yes, they have questions for us. How do I prove something that was like 20 years ago?
Man,
I don't prove my visa fell through like 20 years ago. Come on. It's like crazy.
I know.
Well, you got to reapply for it to see if you can get it now. But so I don't know.
Well, I know you have to justify a part of your life to someone in charge. You don't.
I know.
I mean, I know I was earlier, but it's because I decided to. But
you're open about it.
Crap to anybody, you know what I mean? Idiots.
They're looking for dirt, man. That's all.
Yeah.
It's quite sad.
Where's the real inquisitive minds who really want to learn or even question things? I don't know everything, but what I questioned, I found out wasn't true. And I'm looking into finding the truth. That would be the whole point of it. If you've been lied to about something, you want to figure out how, why, and how they fool people into believing things. So,
Right.
Literally, Blackburn is a town in England.
Wow, man.
Actually,
look it up.
PJ can go
I'll
there
go
by
get
bus
it.
if he really
I'll
wants
go
to.
get it.
Jesus. Sorry.
What's wrong with these people?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
Mental?
do I see correctly? Maktul is here.
No. This is a McToon Stan, whoever. It's some weird soccer account
Okay,
that's
okay.
been around for many years, but a new soccer account. And we've got someone coming in that's literally.
No, that's me. Well, I was going to say, but I'm just trying to
Oh,
share.
is that you?
Try to share
Yeah.
something.
Oh, that
Just
is your
doing it.
name. I just see PJ.
Yeah, of course.
There we go, Blackburn.
There's the badge for
Right.
Blackburn Rovers. If I go to all, there you go. It shows you there. Top stories. Blackburn Rovers FC. Right, let's have a look at that. Oh, hold on.
That's legitimate. Yeah.
The football team.
They have a football team in the town of Blackburn. Is that what it is?
Yeah, of course.
It looks legit. Yeah.
Of course it is.
What was the name of that program when they fooled people that they were going to take off in a shuttle? What was the name of that?
Space
yeah.
Cadets.
Space
Space Cadets. We should actually do another stream on that again.
Yeah, Flats did
people.
one. Flats did one about a year ago. I did one about 7 months ago or something. Yeah, you should do another one.
What? Got offered a pro contract? No, trials. Trials. You know, you go for trials to be able to get offered a pro contract. That's how it works. So no one changed any stories. Trials is a thing. If you don't pass your trials, you don't get the contract.
You get scouted.
You get scouted. They come and they scout, and then they give you an offer to go. Then you go for your trials. If you pass the trials, they can offer you a pro contract. I couldn't go because my visa fell through. So I left it and I carried on with my life. I had more important things happening at that time because there were some other personal things I was going through at that time too.
Oh my God.
You know, it's like they think people don't have a life.
No.
It's like you were all of a sudden just born a flat earther on the internet, doing the same thing. You've never had any history doing anything else, or don't do anything outside of YouTube. It's quite crazy.
You have a family too, don't you? And a house and a job and a basic day-to-day life like everybody else.
Yeah, Blackburn is about.
It's not too far from you.
Yeah, well, Manchester's about 180 miles from me, and it's.
When I say you can take a bus, I think it's like 4 hours to you or something.
Yeah, it's about Manchester's about 40 miles. So I'd say it's about 210, 220 miles away from me. But yeah, it's north of Manchester. I can show you on the map if you want. Quickly.
When I was younger, I had a chance to play in college, but I didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
Other circumstances came up.
Everybody knows Manchester. That's Manchester there. So
Blackburn. And I've always wanted to play for Manchester.
Yeah.
There you
Blackburn's there.
Paul Scholes is my hero.
Right, I'll show you where I'm
at. That kind of gives the age away from when I was really wanting to do this. Paul Scholes is my hero. And Ryan Giggs was still playing.
Yeah. Ryan Giggs was good. He was Welsh. He's Welsh. That's where I am. I'm Coventry. This is here.
So, yeah, quite a distance, but you can take a bus if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. You take a couple hours. Yeah, about 210. Let me just find out. Blackburn to Coventry.
I think it'd be like close to 3 almost to get there.
I'm gonna say 210, 220. $129 miles. 120, 2 hours and 15 minutes. 129 miles via the M6. There you go. That's it right
Which
there.
Manchester? Manchester United.
Yeah, you've got Man
I was
City
a
and
Ma-
Man United.
I was a Manchester United kind of guy, and it was funny because my brother's Liverpool, so we always had the rivalry.
And this is where
But for many years now, I haven't really worried about sport at all. So I've kind of just not bothered when it comes to things like that.
that's
I
where
think
I'm
you're
from.
doing what you want to do now, Flats. Be honest.
Yeah, Rog,
Sorry?
this is where I'm from.
Yeah.
That's Fraserburgh, there, right on the coast.
Presborough.
Right on the north edge. So it's just across the waters from Norway and that, obviously, which am I going the right way? Yeah.
Well, how could
There
such
you
a
go.
little island influence the entire world? That's my
Just
question.
across from Norway. I'd say about 300 miles across the water, across the North Sea. Anyway, sorry about that.
Apparently, they saying you're a Jew hater, Janusz.
Oh yeah.
And they're saying I'm supposed to call you out for it. Do you hate the Jews, Janusz?
I did a video.
Did I speak with the Sam before on your stream?
We've already addressed this many times.
Yeah. So
we
why
did
I'm
several
even having
full
to
streams.
address it.
there's no point to bring it, because they are just trying to bring a ferment, and they try to accuse and make accusations with no legs to stand on. Just let them be, man.
It's
I did a
kind
live
of like
stream
Brenda
the other day I
accusing
did a live
PJ.
stream with Luke the other day on fake Jews.
Man, people just grasping at straws. They ain't got nothing better to talk about.
Sorry, about satanic Judaism in the scripture.
The problem is people always want to misrepresent, and they always want to cause division between people.
Right.
Surprise, surprise. Man, I know who they are. So they brainwash people, NPCs believing in all lies, parrots because they're repeating always agenda, and placeholders. Just waste of space for them.
Oh, like dark matter. Oh, a placeholder. Yeah.
It's got to exist. It's got to exist in a place that doesn't exist.
Look, you can try to teach cabbage to speak for all your life. Would you achieve
cabbage?
Yes,
No.
cabbage. Would you achieve your goal? No. The same with them. It's impossible.
Tell me when you start getting some progress, Janusz.
Put it in a tank with some water and light. Maybe it'll grow into something else and start talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys got any closing statements? Because we definitely don't have anybody wanting to ask super chats, so or come in and actually ask.
It's a good little stream until they attack. But I mean, that just shows you what they are.
Well, it was still a productive stream. It was
Of course
still
it was.
enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I didn't mean it was downhill after that. I just meant, that's the kind of that's what.
Yeah, but Brenda did just come in to cry, though.
Of course.
No,
That's all Brenda
totally
did.
level. What I mean is non-playing character. They don't have. They cannot use their own brain. They believe whatever they've been told, and they just keep it as their prayer. So they cannot think beyond what's been told to them by mainstream science and mainstream news. That's
The
it.
problem is, even some of them are bots.
Yeah, that's true as well. But not a
They're,
lot. I don't
they're
think so.
literally just AI bots. There's AI bots, and I mean this is approved on YouTube. A lot of trolls are just AI bots.
Yep.
Well, their character speaks for themselves, like the real ones, at least. What they do to other people, and what they say about them.
I can guarantee you they wouldn't run with their mouth in front of my face.
No.
I can guarantee that.
Well,
If
they're
would
too
see me,
scared.
they would
Let's put
try
it this way,
to-
Janusz. They're too scared to even face us, on the internet, on Restream.
Yeah,
How
that's
will
true,
they
that's
be man enough to face us face to face?
So, someone from FDFE's got hold of me on Messenger. Try to say, I know where you live. I'm coming to get you. I know exactly where you are. So I did a stream and says, yo, and I brought it up, showed everybody what people said and what he said. Obviously, I made up name, stuff like that. Put in a photograph that made him a little bit rough and hard. You know what I mean? Says, yeah, you're mouthy and all that. Coming to get you. So I did a stream, gave him a full address, email, phone number, all that kind of stuff. I says, come get me then. Because I know they're full of it. They ain't going nowhere. And if they did, then they'd get a surprise.
Totally level. You clearly didn't pay attention what I have wrote before. So scroll up and read. That's the answer to your question.
Yeah, good stream. I'm on in about an hour.
What's the movie tonight, PJ?
Well, I've got to do The Chosen first because I forgot to do that last night, didn't I? So 2 episodes of that, and then it's a movie with Al Pacino called Ritual. It's a new movie.
That's a strange title for an Al Pacino movie.
Yeah, he's actually a priest in it, I think.
That wouldn't be the first time. I think he's played a priest before, hadn't he?
Yeah, but I haven't seen him in anything for a long time, to be honest. He went a little bit mad for a while. Well, they're all freaking mad anyway. Hollywood, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hello to my dear friend.
Saad put it this way: you should have never have gone to Hollywood.
Huh. Right.
Okay. Well, it was good having you guys on.
Good being here, man.
It was fun.
You've got a premiere in the morning.
Yeah, I got a premiere, and I've got another 2 I'm going to be putting up.
Cool. What's the premiere tomorrow? What's it about?
Tomorrow is gas pressure.
Oh yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Do you like my little scuba diver?
Aye. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Self-contained.
I got a question for you, Flat. So, are you working on that Cavendish 2.0 lately?
I still want to. Like I said, I just got more different obligations at the moment to worry about that.
Gotcha.
Well, RV came into my chat last night.
Oh, that's cool. How's he doing?
Yeah, cool. He was letting, because I asked the question to Jono, because I was doing a video of his RV, the Trump one, and I was asking Jono how long has RVB kind of been on YouTube. Then all of a sudden RV's there saying, "Oh, I was doing this. I was doing voiceless videos way back this time from 2009. Then I started doing voices from no more. Do you know what I mean?" So yeah, he stayed for a bit. He was cool.
That's cool.
Remember, no baby truthers allowed, PJ.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's good seeing you guys. Appreciate everybody coming in. Please make sure to hit the likes if you haven't already. Share the show. Remember, we'll be on tomorrow night again. And we're probably having a poll vote for tomorrow's topic. So make sure that you do comment and vote. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Go see PJ on his show just now. And then make sure to subscribe as well. And don't forget to hit the bell notification icons because it does help. You guys rock and many blessings. May the pressure be with you. Cheers, guys.
Ta-ta.